Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Movers and Shakers in Paarl. Today we're going to do something a bit different. This is a spin-off series of Movers and Shakers in Paarl. I just thought it'd be interesting to find out about people from Paarl that are working abroad and what they're doing and how it is to work abroad. So I decided to start something called Movers and Shakers Abroad. Today we've got Shahn Willemse here. He is here on holiday and he just gave me a few minutes of his time. So Shahn works in Dubai. I saw the name of the company he works for, but I'm not going to pronounce it. I'm going to let him pronounce it because it's like 3 lines. So let's find out what Shahn is doing in Dubai. Shahn, dankie dat jy so 'n bietjie saam met ons sit vanaand.
It's a pleasure, it's a pleasure.
Shahn, so sê vir my, wat doen jy nou in Dubai?
So, Mouse, I'm working as a quantity surveyor for El Nabuda Construction in Dubai, which is a local construction entity, but they comprise out of traveling agencies, and we've got Audi and Volkswagen as well within the group. So it's a quite diverse local company, which is, I think, around the tier 1 contractors within the UAE.
So tell me, if you studied in South Africa, is your certificate automatically accepted in Dubai? Because I know some countries don't accept your university certificate.
Fortunately, when I did my grad, South Africa's was, it was, how can I say, within the international level of studies. Our qualifications is actually in line with British qualifications as well. So all you need to do is you need to take your documentations to go internationally. You need to have it certified and attested by the government, the embassy in Pretoria. And then with that, you can use it internationally all over the world.
And how long are you in Dubai now?
I'm going on to 4 years now.
And still enjoying it?
Yeah, still loving it. But you know, you miss the family and you don't come home often. Enjoy the traveling side, enjoy meeting people from all over the world. And I try and keep myself busy with extra
the right things.
like into gymming and stuff now, so it keeps me quite occupied.
Because so I'm quite intrigued about this Dubai. I haven't been there. We see it on the TV, we see it on YouTube, we get it, but just paint me a picture quickly of Dubai as a country. Government services, doctors, medical aid, how does it work?
Dubai is probably now, I don't know if it is anymore, the business capital of the world. Meaning international companies come set up their offices there because they can deal in tax-free right over the world. So if a deal is struck in Dubai, no matter which country you supply to, it's tax-free. Services, they started now from January charging 5% VAT on stuff that you purchase, but you don't pay VAT on your income. So it's a tax-free income. I can tell you now, their services, you go for your ID or your license or stuff like that, not more than 20 minutes in and out.
No queues.
No huge queues. No, they've even got separate sections for females, separate sections for different age groups. They got VIP queues, which you pay extra, and then you can go and fast in and out.
Nice.
So, but I think they cater a lot for the people with money, especially with their upper class accommodation. For Emirates Hills or the Palms, you might have heard of it. They've got houses starting off at like 20 million dirhams, which is converted around 70 million rand. But then it's like houses, beachfront, 5-bedroom houses, your own pool, your own maid room. So it's really all different.
So you of course went to go find out where is President Zuma's house when it was in the news.
No, I do CrossFit with the real estate agent who came to me and told me he just sold a house in Emirates Hills to South Africa.
Wow, no ways.
No ways.
Okay, cool. So you working there for 4 years. Tell me a bit about the nightlife.
Nightlife is crazy. Like I said, it's business capital of the world.
Yeah.
So they over-cater heavily.
Okay.
Every night there's a ladies' night at some place. But guys have to come in at table bookings. Majority of the upper class clubs. And so for a table booking, you have to put down around starting at 5k. And then you have the opportunity to drink out the 5k.
Okay. Okay.
But with that being said, your bottles of whiskey start at 700 dirhams.
Wow. Okay. What's that in rands?
That's just over 2,400 rand.
Wow. Okay.
So they pitch the prices up. It sounds nice, but it's not that nice. You get there, you pick up a table for 5 grand. You can only say you 8 guys or whatever. 3 bottles, 4 bottles. Then you're far over your table.
Wow. Shahn, so your daily routine, so you don't use public transport to work. Okay, so just explain to me taxis, trains, buses, public transport to work. How does that work?
They have a very well public transport system. From buses to metros. They have got a metro running right through Dubai up until the end of Dubai, where you get on a bus and you can go to Abu Dhabi as well with a bus. Internal bus links all over the show. Take you to the nearest mall. You can connect between each mall with a bus. And it's feasible because I live in Jumeirah Village Circle, which is probably around 25 km from Mall of the Emirates. A bus trip from my house to there, and I live also right next to a bus stop, will probably cost you around 5 dirhams, which is say 18 rand, 19 rand.
Okay, so it's not expensive.
Yeah, and I mean that is almost from Paarl to Brak to Kils to Kraaifontein.
That is cheap, yeah.
So if you compare it, it's quite a big difference.
Are there a lot of South Africans in Dubai?
There are a few.
Okay.
I think there are plenty. They have 2 social groups on Facebook, South Africans in Dubai.
Okay, that's cool.
Which I don't belong to.
Yeah.
Because when I came to Dubai at about approximately 4 years ago, there was a huge racist remarks and comment and the whole Zuma thing and stuff like that. So I just removed myself from the group. So I'm not involved with that.
Okay, but do you guys, of course you have a group of friends and you hang out together, or do you see South Africans often at the malls? Yep,
I've got a friend circle of South Africans who worked with me in construction in South Africa. So they abroad as well. They're probably 4 guys. And we just get together on a weekend, alternative weekend, and do a braai the Friday or Saturday or whatever.
Okay. So tonight it is raining in Paarl. Dubai, you don't know this weather?
No, in Dubai it probably rains 3 times a year, and they make it rain.
Explain that. They make it rain.
No, like they release a chemical in the air to form clouds and make it rain. They call it seeding.
Okay.
So they do it twice a year, and they literally make it rain.
So they form clouds or what?
Yep. They release chemicals. I shit you not. They release chemicals in the air that forms clouds, and then it rains like a few days after the clouds start forming and it rains.
That's insane. So if it is so hot all the time, you guys are most of the time outside?
Not really.
Is it?
Because
I saw that.
It's not, man. It's not that hot.
Is it?
Dubai's weather peak from April till about September. Then it will go between a region of 40 to 54 degrees.
Okay.
With a high humidity. It feels almost like Durban's humidity. But between October and March, best. That is Paarl summer weather for that whole duration. And that is most beautiful time.
Okay, perfect. Shahn, you are a car lover, so when you look at the clips of Dubai, everybody has got. I saw the police cars of Bugattis and Ferraris and Lamborghinis. Is that the norm?
Unfortunately, it is.
Wow.
Because of the fact, each country operates independently. And I think South African cars is way overpriced and marked up.
Okay.
When I got in Dubai, I bought myself a GTI, the Golf 7 GTI. And if I directly converted what I paid for the car was like 300, just over 300,000.
Wow.
When I saw the car going here in South Africa for like 580.
Yeah. Double.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, like seriously. And then on top of that, on a higher purchase, if you buy a car through the bank here, you pay what, 10.5% monthly interest.
Correct.
Dubai's interest rate is 2.5% annually.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
Because it's a Islamic, so they're not allowed to make real money off it. That 2.5% is just to cover their banking staff and their systems and stuff like that.
So it's actually cheaper to probably buy a car there and ship it down here?
You can't do that.
Why not?
South Africa don't allow you to bring in foreign.
Okay.
That is not assembled here anymore.
Okay.
No.
So you have to leave your car there.
Yep. Unfortunately, and it's left-hand drive as well.
So tell me, like, your working environment. So you worked, of course, in South Africa, and you know how it works here, your working hours and the environment. And what is Dubai? Very relaxed, or they very strict?
Working hours. If I got paid in South Africa per hour, and I times it by the same hours I work in Dubai, which is a 10-hour day, 6 days a week.
Okay. Oh, so Saturdays is a normal working day. Okay.
We're off on a Friday.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I wasn't taxed in South Africa. I would have earned approximately the same.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So
yeah.
With regards to on that side of the world, you've got a lot more authority figures to deal with. Namely, they work on an NOC basis where you have to get non-objection certificates from each authority to get approval on drawings before you can execute anything.
Yeah.
So that takes a lot up of your time, but also creates relationship building between authorities, and you get to know people and you can network and build from there. So your next job, you already have familiar faces and people to go to and sort stuff out a bit quicker. I think it works the same here on this side as well.
Yeah.
So it's work is much more stress because you deal in tighter deadlines. I mean, we build on that side major construction within 18 months, which that job would be in South Africa been stretched out in 3 years. Similar projects I worked on. Last big job I did was M5 upgrade. I did a similar job. We did the M5 upgrade in 22 months. I did a similar job on that side, and we had to squeeze it within 9 months.
Wow.
So it's much more fast track, and it's like when they put something on the table, it's like it had to be done yesterday.
Because I chatted to you last week and you said you're going to a rally this week. There, no such thing? No week?
No.
Oh, but you work on a Saturday, so you don't have that free Saturday. So it's like a holiday for you to get home and can't wait to get home. Oh, is that why you timed your visit? It wasn't really Easter, it was a rally.
It was both actually. It's just my luck. It's both is close together. No, but what nice is, you work so much, but I get 35 days of leave.
Per annum?
Yes,
wow,
and that's calendar days.
That's cool.
So my Friday don't count.
Okay.
So I tend to split my holiday for the year up in 3, of which I do 2 weeks in South Africa, and then 1.5 week and 1.5 week in abroad. Either meet my mom and dad at some foreign country or something. So it works out fine.
Yeah, and so if you living in a country that is predominantly Islamic, alcohol, how does that work? Is it, I mean, it's probably frowned upon by most of them, but of course they have to have it for entertainment. Yep.
I think it's just they don't speak about it. But you need an alcohol license, you need like an alcohol permit, of which your company needs to give an NOC that they allow you to consume alcohol. And then you get a permit to purchase, say, 800 dirhams of alcohol per month.
Right. Alright.
Within closed doors, it's fine. You can drink, you can consume. Other than that, major only hotels
Yeah.
you're allowed to consume alcohol.
Yeah.
But you won't find any bar or any random pool bar or some spot in the
Yeah.
neighborhoods. It will just be at hotels.
Okay. Why would you tell someone not to go to Dubai?
If you're too close to your parents,
Okay.
don't leave the country. I mean, that's the major sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's the major upturning point for you to not let go, but to move on and get to know yourself and be able to become independent and stand on your own 2 feet.
Yeah.
And not after you had a bad day at work. If you used to coming to your mom and dad, say you're not married or whatever, you haven't started a family yet, then you either go to your mom or your dad, or you go to your brother or your sister.
Correct.
So if you go abroad and you are alone, there's no that, okay, you can pick up the phone, you can Skype, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
No, it's not the same.
Yeah.
So that is it probably takes you about less than a year
Yeah.
to just relax that bond and now just shit. I had a bad day,
Yeah.
but I need to figure it out for myself.
Yeah.
How am I gonna prevent this from happening again? Or how am I gonna resolve what happened?
Well, was there a time where you decided I want to go? I'm
Yes.
done with this place.
Yes.
When in the 4 years, how long did it take you to say, "Ek wil nou mama se kos hê," or what? Yeah.
Sure. I think I was there for about 7 months.
Wow.
And then I was like, nah, this is not for me.
Okay.
Mainly because, I mean, we're also a diverse culture. And what makes us smile is our warmth towards our other community and how close we are with our school friend circle, our families. We go out camping, we go out to holiday houses, the December break, everybody's jolly and together. On that side, because Dubai consists out of 14% locals and 86% expats, everybody is with a mindset, I'm only here for a good time. I'm only here to make money. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to be friends.
So you don't form bonds like
No.
Yeah.
I mean, in this past 4 years that I've only the people I met that I know from South Africa is the only people I've been hanging out and chilling.
Wow.
I met a good friend now as well, which is also South African. He's been there for 8 years from Cape Town. He's married, and we chill now and then, and we jump together, and that's about it.
Okay. So what do you do there for relaxation? Because you work 6 days a week. What do you do there?
Well, if the weather is nice, we go to the beach. They've got some nice barbecue spots in the desert where you can go out, drive out, and just chill. And you can even set up a camp, spend the night there in a tent. And other than that, that's about it. I mean, you're so exhausted from working so many hours.
Yeah.
After work each day, I rush to the gym, do about an hour and a half session, and then it's home, shower, sleep.
Okay, wow.
Next morning, boom, 5 o'clock up, I'm at the office after 6. Then same routine, and that's how it goes up until Thursday. Thursday night, maybe we'll have a drink. If not, Friday we'll go to the beach or drive out, or I'll go to my cousin in Abu Dhabi or do something.
Yeah. But I'm sure it's much easier accessible to travel the world from there. So,
Much more.
And probably cheaper also because you don't have that flight all the way over.
I think, yes, you'd think so, but the country's portal out of which you book the flight plays a role in how much the tickets cost.
Okay.
So when me and my parents went to Amsterdam, I let them book the tickets from South Africa.
Cheaper,
So they'll book me a leg from Cape Town flying to Dubai, and then I climb on the connecting flight.
Oh, okay.
Which is cheaper than from me booking a ticket from there and flying over to that side.
Clever. Okay.
So it's got to do with the hub you work in.
Yeah.
But if you earn in dirhams, then it's not bad at all. I mean, you can fly from Dubai, you can fly to Thailand for like 2,000 dirhams, which is like 7.5 grand.
Yeah.
And that's a return flight.
Okay, not bad.
But now think of it, they sold holidays a week in Thailand for what? That packages was like 11,000 rand or something.
5 days or 4 days. Yeah.
So you see, it got to do with that portal.
Is sport big there? I mean, like when there's rugby here, of course you miss the friends and the rugby. I mean, what happens when the Springboks play in Dubai? You don't even know about it.
No, they actually, you know about the rugby sevens that happens in Dubai?
Yeah.
So that happens, I think it's the first weekend in December.
Once a year.
So that's the only big rugby event that happens there.
Okay.
Other than soccer, it's training up for all the big international stars. All the Liverpool, I saw Liverpool, Man United, Real Madrid come train there when it's winter on that side. They come train in
okay,
Dubai.
of course, yeah.
And what makes it nice is you're not allowed to, paparazzi and that stuff is not allowed in Dubai.
Okay.
So that's why it's so a nice celebrity hub.
What do you mean, no paparazzi?
No, you're not allowed to take photos of people and stuff.
Wow.
So that's why all the superstars and the David Beckhams and all the people come and live on that side.
So celebrities go there and photographers are not allowed. So you're not allowed to take photos in public?
No.
Like you can't take your camera out and take a photo?
If they let you go, but if someone asks you to please delete the photo, you have to delete it.
Wow.
It's against the law.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So that's why you get, I walked in the mall. I walked in Dubai Mall and I just walked past Peter Dinklage, you know the small guy of Game of Thrones, and he walked past and I'm like, Lannister, is it you? And then he just looked around and laughed, and then I walked on.
And you can't even go take a selfie?
Nah, I can't. I didn't risk it because I'm in Dubai Mall, so there's security cameras all over.
So talk about security, crime, non-existent.
Non-existent.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No jails. Nothing.
I think that was. I haven't been in South Africa for a year and a half now. So, for me to come back now, it's like I have to switch on another part of my brain. I mean, on that side of the world, you can leave your phone and your wallet in the trolley. You can walk 4 hours down, get stuff from there, come back, put it in the trolley and go on. If it's hot summer days, like with just in Ramadan time, June, July, my car will be left outside. If I'm running into the mall quickly, my car will be idling with the aircon on.
What?
I'll just go in, grab what I need, come back and drive off.
Wow.
When I came here, I first had to, okay, now I need to adapt.
Away.
Now I see my brother's like, yeah, what is that outside? As soon as you hear funny noise, whatever. I'm like, oh my word. I forgot what it's like.
Yeah, true. So what's the plan in Dubai? How long are you going to stay there?
Before I came for this holiday, I actually came to establish something in Paarl.
Okay, business.
To try and come back.
Nice.
But after seeing what South Africa has to offer for what you have to put in, it's a bit scary.
Yeah.
So I went there with a 5-year plan. I think it might turn into 10 years, if not more.
Okay.
But it's really tough. It's tough conditions and stuff in South Africa, and it's sad to see it from an external point of view.
But I mean, that's why you must come back and change it.
Yeah, but first you need to change mindsets. And that's the most difficult part. And you can only change mindsets once you've established the influential power. And to get that, you need to first go through the ropes.
So approvals and tick a box. And your parents are still both in Paarl?
Yes, they are still both in
Paarl. So how often do you see them?
Well, they were with me December now on that side of the world.
Okay.
And before that, they were in August. We were on holiday in Amsterdam and Madrid.
Okay.
And then the previous, like December before that, I was here in South Africa.
Okay.
So I try to see them at least every 6 months. Because I realized
little. I mean, every 6 months it's little.
And it feels little, but on that side, when stuff is so fast, I mean, it goes, time flies.
Work, jump, sleep, work, jump, sleep.
You don't see it, you be like, oh my word, it's end of the month again.
Yeah.
It's like crazy how fast life goes by.
Okay.
But it's a much more, you work, or how can I say, because you are interacting with people from different nationalities and different upbringing and different cultures, you grasp a lot from stuff which we kind of take for granted, stuff which our community and our background can do extremely amazing, like socialize. The international world players can't socialize. They can't do small talk, which I think the South Africans thrive in.
Yeah.
And if they can just go abroad and see it, they'll they'll realize what the gifts they actually been handed to do that.
Okay.
So on that side, it's just cold work. No smile, get people walking to meetings, like just like I just sit there, go continue.
Yeah. Okay, so you say the 10-year plan is to stay in Dubai. Okay.
And I think a lot of people should open their minds and go. I mean, you can go to Dubai at the 19-day visa, a 90-day tourist visa, and accommodation is a bit expensive.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people on that side, if you ask the right people, that can assist you with a temporary accommodation.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to look for work from this side of the world, go over and look for it on that side of the world.
Okay. Easy.
Yeah. Because it's just easier, it looks nicer on your application as well when you say that you are available for interviews right now. And they are prone to take on South Africans because they know South Africans are hardworking.
Okay, nice. Okay.
So, I mean, we've got a well-established name internationally, and people should make use of it.
Yeah.
And I suggest to do it while you're still 25, under 30.
Yeah.
Because, say for instance, it don't go as planned, you still have enough time to fall back and maybe come home and build up something and stuff.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time, it thrives.
So the mindset.
And I mean, how can I say, South Africans say boss.
Yeah.
We don't say boss. Say my superior as a nice saying and say, without risk, there can't be opportunity.
Oh, true. 100%.
So you gotta risk it in order to gain it.
Okay, cool. Shahn, thanks so much for talking to me. It was actually, I knew about Dubai, but I didn't, those small details, and that's why I thought I wanted to talk to you to find out how Dubai is actually from a Paarl person perspective, which is good. But anyway, thanks a lot, dude.
Thank you very much, Mas.
Cool, man.